Okay, that should be better. Okay, I'm here. I'm back. Hey, everybody. Sorry I missed the last 2 weeks. I was very busy. One of the days I was getting some work done with a tattoo, and another day I was just very, very sick, and I don't think you guys want to chat with me when I'm very, very sick, because I'll have to keep taking breaks to throw up and stuff. It's not going to be fun for anybody, and I didn't really want to do it. So I'm back. Hello, everybody. I hope we had an awesome and productive past 2 weeks. If you're new to this is Coach Castles Live. I don't know why you'd be new to this. This is episode 14. Go back to number 1, obviously. But each episode is different. I just answer you guys' questions. Whoever happens to pop on here, I'll get to your questions. I'm a little out of breath today. I actually just ran in here real quick. So, I mean, literally ran. So updates until I get some questions from you guys, as it does take a little bit of time. Update number 1, I'm over 800 subscribers since the last time I spoke to you guys, so thank you very much for subscribing and sharing and commenting and everything the way that you do to support this channel. I greatly appreciate it. And in exchange, I've finally started a series that's been heavily requested for a long time. I was very overwhelmed with a ton of work. All of my books that you guys know I was working on, I had a ton of clients for a long time there. I was traveling around doing lectures, a bunch of shit was going on. I love it. I'm hopefully going to be home for a little while here doing, things I need to get done, like finishing the recipe, meal prep, and nutrition book for you guys. I should hopefully have it done in a couple weeks. The exercise library I have just started today. I think I already did about 10 exercises for it. I'm going to be doing every muscle on your body, the perfect exercise, but a variety of ways. So how to do it with cables, how to do it with dumbbells, how to do it with body weight. You guys get the idea. This way you guys know how to do these things anywhere. You just have to pop on Coach Castle's YouTube exercise library. It's probably what I'm going to call the playlist. And then just search any exercise or muscle group and it'll pop up, and then you can see how to perfectly train it. I haven't decided yet if I'll be including anatomy in these videos. I think it's probably just going to be me at the gym doing the movements with some cues on the side just to kind of spare myself. And just a reminder for everybody, always looking to take on new clients. I've recently finished up with about 15 clients, which is awesome. I'm very proud of all of them. They've all made significant improvements in their life and their mentality. As you guys know, I teach everybody and focus on education of biomechanics, how to work out at home, correcting your posture, respiratory health, proper nutrition, managing your microbiome. I mean, I could keep going on about it, but basically all the stuff that nobody ever told you that mattered and that will prolong your life and give you a better, healthier, happier life, able to do a lot more, function higher, and perform more efficiently. That's what I teach. And if you guys ever want some coaching, just hit me up. You get a video call with me. It's free, obviously. And then after that, if you're an online client, it's just $40 a call. Most of my clients do 1 or 2 calls a week. And if you're in person, I'm afraid it's only if you're in Florida and only if you're in Fort Lauderdale. Otherwise, I do not do in-person training with very, very few exceptions. Just so everybody knows, to get that out of the way. What's up? Bunch of new information coming for you. I have 4 really fantastic podcasts coming up soon. I'm really excited for them. I won't give away the names, but these are people you guys have been waiting to hear from. And one of them is actually a good friend of mine who hasn't had a chance to come on the podcast yet, but he soon will be. Moving forward, if you guys haven't already, I'd just like to remind you all, in the description of all of my videos is links to my Instagram, my Facebook, my social media and such. Just go ahead and click on there, subscribe. Furthermore, the Etsy store I have, everything there is $1 to $5. I think the highest is $10. That's one of my books. But just remember, these things, the flashcards, the handy-capable flashcards, how to build a home gym, why you need certain things, how to do things, plans, blueprints, 3 of my books, articles. I mean, it's all there. And I mean, obviously I get my money through my clients, but the store is a secondary way to support you guys with these digital downloads. And it's a way for you guys to kind of just support me. At $1 here, $1 there, all those dollars add up. Eventually, I'll have enough money, I can get myself another certification in something or another amazing book. I mean, really, it's just feeding back into you guys. As most of you know, I spend most of my time, I should say all of my time, either training clients, training myself, studying, researching, reading, eating, or sometimes sleeping. That's about it. And I love making these videos for you. I'm really excited for this new exercise library I got coming up for you guys. I again, just not to rehash it, but if anybody has any ideas for the exercise library, I would be very happy to see them. Put them in the comments below. I recently put a post on YouTube. It's the exercises I'm going to start doing. It's at least 3 or 4 for each muscle group. There'll be everything from standing, sitting, lying down, with cables, with dumbbells, because hopefully, as you guys know, if you follow me, using biomechanics, there really is only one best movement pattern which will maximally load your muscle inside of the correct resistance curve. But that movement pattern can be done a large variety of ways, provided you understand the levers of your body and the optimum angles to be actually pulling your muscles. Because remember, muscles pull, they don't push. So you always want to be pulling toward the insertion to origin in as straight a line as possible. Kind of the basics of biomechanics, but the great thing is once you understand this, it's exercise becomes really easy. I just had a little rant the other day. I go to the gym and I spend 20 minutes in the gym doing my exercise. Doesn't matter what day it is, arm day, leg day, core day. 20 minutes, I'm in and I'm out. And I'm done. I'm done those muscle groups for 4 days, and I find it laughable when I see these people in the gym for an hour and a half, 2 hours. They hire these retarded personal trainers who have no idea what they're doing, and they have them just do these most absurd movements, just damaging their bodies. I mean, I get really upset about it. I get really upset about it because I care, and I care about you guys, and I don't want to see people getting hoodwinked and fucked over and having their money stolen by these frankly idiotic personal trainers. And I know I hurt a lot of feelings, and I touch on a little fucking nervous when I say this, but I do not like personal trainers. I do not like nutritionists, generally speaking, and I certainly don't like doctors' complete and utter lack of all knowledge of biomechanics, respiratory health, and nutrition. They have literally zero knowledge. These are things I heavily push against. I think you all should be educated and hopefully self-educated, but one of the ways that you get self-educated is you find people like me who write books about these things and topics, and you find videos and podcasts and you listen to them and you educate yourself. And it is by far the easiest time in the world to do that because you have the internet and literally you're an android basically. You walk around with this second brain, it's like a fourth brain, your gut's a second, and I'll leave it alone, but you're basically an android and you walk around with this information all day. And what do you choose to spend your time on? Distracting Instagram, porn, bullshit, dopamine hits from messaging people you don't give a shit about, wasting your time with things you don't even remember reading or watching. What a futile existence. Guys, just learn the right stuff, perform it properly, have your life just keep going up and getting better, but you have to do the work. I can give you the information, but I can't put the food in your mouth. I can't force you to go to the gym. I can't instill in you a consistency. I can just teach you how to do it. But I think everybody always asks the question, what's the meaning of life? What's the meaning of life? Well, for me, the meaning of life is continuously seeing progress and helping others. That's me. That's my opinion. I find people who have no discipline to be distasteful. I don't want to spend time with them. I find people who are out of shape, who don't care about their health. I don't understand them. I try to help them, but I don't know why you would have that mindset. I know the world we live in kind of poisons us this way, but it is what it is. Now, sorry. Now, let's see if there's any questions, because I've been rambling for a while here. Again, I do these for the questions. Everybody seems to think I like the sound of my voice, but I just kind of have to keep talking until questions pop up. And as it so turns out, no questions are here yet. So, I'm then going to take a minute to remind everyone here of the vital importance of breathing using your diaphragm, because nobody does it right. So we're going to keep this real simple, everybody. Take a second. Check your breathing. How is it? Are you breathing with your mouth? Are you breathing with your nose? Are you breathing with your chest? Are your abs relaxing and your stomach expanding when you lower your diaphragm? How long are you breathing in for? How many seconds? How many seconds out? Through your nose or your mouth? All right, well, Now that we're actually taking a second and paying attention to our breath, I'll be telling you. So first things first, very simple. You're always going to want to breathe in through your nose, guys. Okay, so through the nose. Number 2, you're going to want to be taking that and lowering your diaphragm. So you're breathing into what's called breathing into your belly. Now this is not obviously technically accurate because you're not really breathing into your stomach, but what you are doing is lowering your diaphragm. Now by lowering your diaphragm, you're allowing all of your lungs to fully inflate, meaning you're actually getting significantly more oxygen. Also, by breathing with your nose, you're getting much cleaner air, which has been filtered and actually mixed with nitrogen oxide as well. So you're getting a higher content of oxygen, which is more available to your body. It's much healthier to breathe this way. Now you're going to inhale for anywhere between 5 to 6 seconds, nose to belly. And a reminder, this is impossible to do if your abs are tight. You have to relax your abdominals in order to breathe fully and lower your diaphragm. It's the only way it works. Now we're going to get to the exhale, if you're not already overwhelmed. And for the exhale, you'll be exhaling either nose or mouth, although most do find it easier to exhale through their nose, and I would encourage it because, again, it kind of forces the nasal opening a little bit wider, which is good. Be breathing out through your nose and your mouth for, again, 5.5, 6 seconds, something like that. And this is how we'll be breathing. So I'm going to recap one last time. Nose to belly for 5 to 6 seconds. Make sure you relax your abs, and then you'll be exhaling intentionally, meaning you are also intentionally lifting your diaphragm, and exhaling 5 to 6 seconds. Now when I say intentionally exhaling, most people passively exhale. They go inhale and then they kind of and whatever comes out, comes out. Now that's not what I want you to do. Now that we're practicing relaxing our abdominals and allowing the diaphragm to drop down, we're also going to be practicing raising the diaphragm up, which is accomplished by intentionally exhaling. The easiest way to think about this is when you're trailing off at the end of a sentence because you've run out of oxygen and you just don't have any more ability to speak because you have to keep talking because you haven't taken a breath, so it's getting difficult to do. Kind of like that. You have to keep lifting your diaphragm in order to enable that to happen. So that's a good way to practice if you're not sure what I mean. During the day, you should be breathing like this as much as possible. This requires you being mindful. You'll be doing this basically by keeping your hand on your stomach or your belly button and just making sure that your stomach is relaxing out and then coming in intentionally, again, not passively. So you should be feeling movement. And again, to be frank, even if you're a very fat person, you should still feel this movement and you should be able to intrinsically feel it as well. Now, this is just a quick summary of breathing. Check the questions again here. Okay, so here we go. Trade News Center. How you doing, brother? What is the best recovery therapy after a workout? Do we need any of these? Cryo, hyperbaric, oxygen chambers, infrared, Wim Hof, lymphatic compressions? Oh my God, it's Jesus Christ. No, Jesus, no, you don't need any of those. Wow, no. So I'll put it to you this way. I never recommend any recovery therapy to any of my athletes, any of my clients, any of my bodybuilders, or myself. I never do. The only reason I would ever recommend some form of recovery therapy is if it was for a medical reason, or I was attempting, to increase their VO2 max, or perhaps to increase their mental toughness or something like that. But no, there's absolutely no need to ever do a recovery therapy. The reason people think that you need these recovery therapies is because people exercise like retards. To be perfectly frank, if every time you go to the gym you're doing bench press and squat and deadlifts, you're damaging your body. If you're doing overhead presses, incline bench presses, these things, you're fucking up your shoulders. Your back is always going to be sore. Your shoulders are always going to be fucked up. Your tendons are always going to be screwed up. If you so-called bulk and cut, so you get really fat because you're a lazy fuck who doesn't want to watch your nutrition, guess what's going to happen? You're suddenly going to have a whole bunch more weight on your body, which is going to hurt your joints and everything else. You're going to have trouble breathing, all these things. The reason people believe you need these recovery therapies, again, is just because they do not exercise correctly. I've never had a single athlete, single bodybuilder, myself included, or any client ever need recovery therapy. These are for people who don't understand how to train, who don't understand eating proper amounts of protein, amino acids, who don't understand sleeping enough, who don't understand managing their hormones, who don't understand just basically having a healthy body. I mean, I could give you dozens of examples, but it really doesn't matter. You don't need recovery therapy. You can have, I guess you could call it preventative measures. So you mentioned Wim Hof, I believe. Wim Hof is an amazing preventative measure. I actually teach, I think to this date, I have taught every single one of my clients I've ever had Wim Hof breathing. I have taught Tumo breathing. I have taught just a variety of tools and techniques which will aid in their recovery. But they are never before or after a workout. That's not what they're for. They're at some point during the day, maybe before bed, after bed, just at some point during the day. And this is because it kind of like boosts the body's ability to do a variety of things. I don't want to be getting too technical with this, but depending on what tool that you're using, it will have an effect on your body. With my experience, people in general just really overcomplicate the ever-loving shit out of everything, and it is completely unnecessary. All of my clients, anyone I teach, every time I do a lecture, anything, it doesn't matter. I educate people the best exercises. There's about 26. I educate them the best respiratory techniques for improving their health and tools. Let's say about 10 tools and about 15 or 20 different techniques. I educate them about the best possible stretches. Again, there's only, depending on the person, 30 to 35 stretches. There's not a lot of complication here. The same is true for nutrition. The same is true for supplements, micronutrients. These are not complicated things. The fitness industry, the marketing industry, they want you to believe that they are very complicated. The human body is extremely complex. But fixing it, repairing it, and maintaining it, it's really not that hard. I mean, it's a little bit harder nowadays in the modern world, what with processed foods and the way our lifestyles are set up, but it's really not that hard. I really think that my life is actually considerably simpler than most people, and I have a lot of stuff going on. I actually think that's why I have the ability to have a lot of stuff going on, is because my workouts are 20 minutes. Is because my meal prep takes me 10 minutes a day. It's because my shopping is 10 minutes. I mean, my life is extremely efficient, so because it's so streamlined, it's so simple, it's so efficient, and I know the best way to do everything, I have so much extra time, not really, but compared to most people. We all have the same 24 hours in the day. Everyone has 24 hours. It doesn't matter if you're Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, Castle, it doesn't matter whoever you are, you have 24 hours, you're born, and you die. You have a certain period of time in between there, but most of us go through at some point schooling. Most of us go through, guess what, life, where we make choices to fuck off or choices to work. I've made the choice to work basically my entire life, every day as much as humanly possible. A large portion of this is just personality traits and also a lot of different traumas I've had in my life, but it's made me a tough-minded individual who works, let's just say, a lot harder than anybody could imagine who's here on YouTube right now. Most of you will not have any idea what it's like not having a day off for years and years and years, working 16, 17 hours a day, not sleeping enough, like literally having mental breaks, panic attacks regularly, still doing the job, still getting the job done, committing suicide, going to work the next day. You guys don't know what this kind of a mentality is like. And that's why I'm the coach. And that's why I take all this crazy, weird, hard, complex to understand shit, and I simplify it down. So you guys just say, oh, it's just that much protein. Oh, it's just those 21 exercises. Okay. Oh, I can do it in my doorway like this. Excellent. Oh, the best cardio is actually just walking, and I can listen to podcasts and watch movies and talk to my friends while I'm doing that too, so it doesn't even feel like cardio. Wow. Oh, sleep is really important. I don't have to feel guilty about sleeping a lot. Okay, cool. Guys, it's not complicated to be healthy. It is difficult. Consistency is difficult. Discipline, it's almost the same thing as consistency, is difficult. Being mindful is difficult. Again, this is why not everybody is a Coach Castle. This is why not everybody is an Arnold or an Elon Musk. This is why, is because it's hard. In the world we live in, there are a lot of distractions. Your phone is nothing but either a force for good or a force for evil. You can use it to constantly distract yourself and alleviate your pain and just constantly distract you from the suffering that is life. Or you can use your phone to keep educating yourself. You can read books continuously. You can read articles. You can listen to intellectual podcasts. You can do things to make your life better. It's a choice. And it's your fault if you keep making the wrong choice. It's you who is letting your future self down. It's not me. It's you. You're the one who's saying, go fuck yourself to your future self, who is begging and pleading with you to please, for God's sake, start working on me. Get rid of your ego. Even if it's only 5 minutes a day, do something which will improve my life, please. But you all have such big egos, and you all think it's okay to party and drink and work inefficiently and stay at that job you hate just because it provides you barely enough money to live. This is on you. You all need to get rid of your ego and start working on overcoming your fears, slowly becoming braver, slowly discovering purpose, setting manageable goals and conquering them. This is on you guys. Sorry, I keep ranting. I just keep the ranty kind of day. It's because there's no questions. I blame you. There's no questions, so I have to rant today. Well, what do we want me to rant about next? I could just keep going about things. I hope you guys haven't put questions in and they're just not coming through on my end, because it does happen sometimes. Unfortunately, to the best of my knowledge, until I get over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, only a few people can actually see these lives. So it's going to have to wait a minute. Let's see here. Am I a fan of reverse hyper lower back machines in the gym? No, I'm not a fan, no. They claim to work the lumbars, but do they? No, I mean, I would be lying if I said they didn't, because they do. But easiest way to put it is, even if you were using those machines correctly, they're not a very good exercise. And generally speaking, I don't think I've ever seen anyone use it correctly, actually. So just in general, I would just say no. Stick to cables or dumbbells or plates or body weight, but no, I wouldn't do those. Again, there's really no need. You can train your erector spinal and your lumbar simply using an oblique twist. It's very easy to do with cables. I mean, if you don't have cables, I have a million videos what to do about it. Exaggeration, but 50 videos about what to do about that. And I mean, just basically for your whole spinal column, all the lumbar, all those muscles, the deep-seated postural muscles. Again, it's not complicated. Just you can look up any of my exercise video, back extension or back curl up. It might be underneath. I explain why it's the best movement. And I mean, again, the resistance curves for the muscles on our body. One thing that I found when I actually truly understood like how the resistance curve worked and how levers works, because it takes a while to sink in with biomechanics. You got to understand the physics of the levers, and then you kind of have to overlap it in your head with anatomy, and then overlap that anatomy with some more stuff. But when I finally understood the actual biomechanics in the human body, it actually was not surprising in the least bit, the proper resistance curve for every muscle on your body. I mean, I said it already, I don't know if you saw, but I'm starting an exercise library where I'm demonstrating the perfect exercises for every muscle on your body. Each video is going to be about a minute. And you'll see when I'm doing a standing rear deltoid pull, or a dumbbell rear deltoid pull, or again, any of these movements, a body weight movement with the rear deltoid, they all look identical. It doesn't matter what position my body's in, my arm lever is moving through the same exact position. And the position is an extremely natural looking movement, as it should be. And it's the same for every single muscle group on my body, from my psoas to my abs to my calves, my upper traps, everything. When you look at it and you understand the proper resistance curve, where the muscle is strongest, where it's weakest, the actual lever, the mechanical advantage, the mechanical disadvantage, and you can kind of overlap the physics with the anatomy in your head, it's really, really obvious why these movements are the best. And I mean, I have a couple of videos, they're just called waste of space gyms, where I just walk in gyms and I just shit on the whole gym. Because just about every single machine in that gym is either completely useless, worthless, or will damage your body in some way. There's like 6, I think there was one gym that had 96 machines, and 6 of them were good machines, and 2 of the 6 were cables. I mean, just to put it in perspective, I don't like gym machines. I don't like the manufacturers. Guys, again, just use your brain. There is not 100,000 different bicep curl exercises. There's one best one. I know the other ones exist, but it doesn't mean that they're better or they do anything. It's the same thing with gym machines. I have seen hundreds of different variations of ab training machines for gyms. Literally hundreds of different variations. They basically all do about the same exact thing, just either in a good resistance curve or a bad resistance curve. However, they never really address the problem of people's height and things like that. So regardless, most of the machines aren't built right. Most of them never accommodate people who are taller or shorter, have different size levers, and even the people who are taller or shorter or different size levers, well, they're not smart enough to understand how to use the damn machine correctly anyways. So again, it's why you'll never see me really demonstrating exercises on gym machines, and it's because I can't. Really, I can't. I would be showing you second rate or third rate or fourth rate exercises if I was using gym machines, which is why I don't demonstrate on them. I'll only be ever showing you cables or dumbbells or things of that nature. There's a few gym machines I've talked about which are okay to use, but in my opinion, they're stupid. Like, for example, I like using the calf raise on the leg press machine. Now, the leg press machine, I have to load it with 4 plates on each side to do my calf raises. I do 1 foot at a time. I do it really slow and controlled. Well, you guys will see the video in a minute when I'm in my exercise library. But why do I need to buy a $6,000 machine and 400 pounds of weight? Why do I have to do that? That's stupid. I like it because I like the control aspect of it. Is it any different than if I did a standing body weight single leg calf raise while holding a dumbbell? No, it's identical. One is the cost of a dumbbell. One is $6,000 plus the weight. What's the benefit? None. It's just a silly example, but you will never really see me demonstrating exercises on machines, with very, very few exceptions. And the exceptions are, generally speaking, just because you guys wanted to see that machine, or because rarely I will actually consider it to be a good machine for some muscle group. At the moment, I'm only thinking of the adduction and abduction machines and the standing glute press on the slide rail. Those are good machines. The lateral deltoid raise when you're sitting, that's a good machine, provided you set it correctly. Of course, cable machines are good machines. And that's about it, really. I can't think of too many more off the top of my head. So you got all that shit you guys see in gyms, and I think I listed 5 or 6 machines there which are actually useful for anything. And I know a lot of this, people are going to be like, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He hasn't seen this machine. He doesn't know about this machine in this gym. And guys, understand, I've traveled all over the place. I've traveled all over the world. I've traveled all over the United States. I've been in hundreds and hundreds of gyms. I've seen all kinds of machines. I don't know how many thousands of freaking kinds of machines I've seen. I've built many, many machines. I know how these things work. I understand the physics, and I'll say it again as a blanket statement. In general, I would probably say about 95% of exercise machines are useless. Sorry, that's the way it is. The obvious exceptions are the ones I said, and of course, like a standing hamstring curl machine, or a leg extension machine, a sissy squat machine. Those are the obvious exceptions, I think. If you want to count a bench as a machine, you need a bench. That's about it though, guys. Let's see here. Well, there doesn't seem to be a lot of questions today. I think that's because I took the last 2 weeks off, so I apologize for that, guys. But I'll just keep this video a little bit shorter anyways, because it's going to give me more time to work on you guys' exercise library. Actually, give me an extra 30 minutes today to work on it. So I'll give this 2, maybe 3 more minutes. If you guys have any questions, put them in now. And if not, I'm just going to end this for the day so I can work on you guys' exercise library. Well, I'm going to assume there's no more questions, so I'm going to go ahead and end this for the day, guys. Y'all know where to find me. Check out my website, castleandprogress.com. If you want coaching from me, you know my email, it's in the description, but it's just castleandprogress@gmail.com. My Instagram, Coach Castle. My Facebook, Castle Thompson. My YouTube, hopefully you already know it, but it's Castle's Corner. I would highly encourage you guys to check out my other videos. Just remember, I have well over 500 different lectures, demonstrations about everything regarding exercise, respiratory health, nutrition. Lots of times the questions you guys will ask me here, I've already answered in a full-length video. Don't forget, I got something like 70 some odd different podcasts as well with different people. Make sure you check those out because a lot of information sinks in, the more times you listen to it. And let's see here. But it would be great if you could go through a gym machine catalog to pick out good ones like the Cult, the best machines of the 80s, the Nautilus, CyberX. Well, I could, I suppose, but I don't really know how applicable it would be. If I get any of those machines come across my path, I'll do a video for you. But that's it for today, guys, and I'll be starting back up again this coming Sunday again, unless something happens. I apologize again for missing the last 2 weeks. I was just sick and getting a tattoo and shit done, so I appreciate you guys and the support. And as always, just when you hit my other videos, like them, comment, share, subscribe, all that happy shit. And everybody have a great day, have a great Sunday, and have a great next week. Make sure you're grinding, you are staying consistent, and you're staying humble with your goals.